Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Saturday Smackdown, this time for the 25th of October 2014. This is game number 1 in a best of 7 series between Aizamk and Mitoe. And this is a special Smackdown because today we are joined by Prestige, who is a staff at Microsoft. It's responsible for Age of Empires, right?
Hello, hello. Yes, indeed. Age of Empires community team.
And also ZutaZuta is here as well. As always, we're going to be casting this together. So, spawning in the north of the map. In the colour blue, we have indeed Aizamk. 2 wood crates there. I always look at the wood crates, something I do. But yes, on Siberia. Nice map for British. Anyway, down into the bottom of the map, we have the British again. It is a mirror. What do you think of this matchup then, Zuta?
This is okay. So first of all, it's Brits, right? And so Brits on Siberia is always a good thing because the kind of the things that Brits need to operate efficiently are lots of hunts and a decent starting amount of wood, both of which are present on this map 100% of the time. So I think we're going to see something fairly drawn out and something fairly boomy. That's just because that's what we tend to see in Siberia, and the real question is going to be, is A's going to do something like ridiculously crazy, which is something that he sometimes tends to do. Personally, I think this matchup can play out a lot like a Jap mirror on this particular map. I don't think we'll see longbow pike out of either player, but there is the potential to see longbow pike as well. So this matchup, although it's a mirror, is like one of those. So like usually when you play a mirror, there's not a lot of options of what you're going to do, right? You do one thing or the other. It's like it's fairly laid out, but I think this is a mirror where you actually have some options, and I think you can find yourself, going like some sort of musket semi-FF, just like pure muskets, and trying to make a time push, in an aggressive manner, or even just doing some sort of like defensive longbow strat as well. So I think there's loads of options available, and we'll just have to see what each player decides to do.
All right, yes, it's British mirror, and we've got Mitoe, who usually plays fairly standard. I am interested to see what Aizamk will do, if he'll come up with anything rather interesting. Has started with a market though, so perhaps not this game. Sometimes we see him going for a trading post to begin with British, which isn't usually it's definitely not considered standard. Obviously, spending that wood on manor houses is probably going to be better for you. So maybe we'll see something. There's still definitely room for that. But I did see Mitoe actually picking himself up a fairly huge amount of wood, 110
Did he get
wood.
110?
Yeah,
he got 110.
Really,
That's
really nice. That's so good for British.
Unfortunately, he's 9 wood short of that house. He actually gathered a little bit of wood. Okay, well that's going to fix the issue.
50 wood. There it is. Nice.
I was going to say he had accidentally overgathered.
Oh, dude, another wood treasure down there.
Where?
It's a 50 wood treasure, not quite so big, but whoa, wow, swimming in wood, so good for British.
Yeah,
anyway, go on.
I was going to say that like he had accidentally overgathered like wood by like a margin of 30, and then he had like gotten that really good treasure, and then he like was still 9 wood short, and then it didn't matter because he found a wood treasure. But that would be annoying to have that big wood treasure and then like not be able to do anything immediately with it. But doesn't look like it's going to matter. Both players have like basically mirroring builds at this point. Both have hunting dogs at 1 minute and 15 seconds, which is completely normal on a coin crate start. And because of that coin crate start, I mean, we didn't really see A's have the chance to do anything too crazy. So looks like he's going to be up. One thing I'm a little disappointed with is neither player getting a gang saw upgrade before they click up. I think that certainly is something that should be the norm in this map. But I would even go 1 villager later in my age up, just so that we could, have that extra wood efficiency. But I'm all about the efficiency. Oh, also, Steve, I've just noticed in your stream, I don't know if you can fix this right now, but if you can slide your camera to the middle panel, I think that would be better. Just because like the main observer UI panel is down at the bottom right.
Okay, I just moved it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
At this point in the game, though, both players, as you say, doing very similar things, though. But Mitoe is an entire villager up, due to the fact that he has built indeed an extra manor house out of that wood that he found. This does obviously give him a little bit of an advantage. What do you think? What are we likely to see in the Colonial Age then?
So, I mean, A's is moving 2 vills forward. He's got forward base vills here. So, I think he's going to do something. Well, I mean, he's obviously going to do something aggressive.
Yeah.
It's still difficult to tell. I mean, they're both aging with the governor. Actually, Mito's aging with Philosopher Prince. So, A's is aging with the governor, which makes me think that he's probably going to do something musket-oriented, just because I don't think he has really any other way to sink that 200 gold into anything else. So, I think we're likely to see him gather that 200 gold and start making muskets from a forward base. And I think Mito with the food from the Philosopher Prince, I'm conflicted. It's hard to say what he'll do.
Oh, he's adding in a stable there. So
yeah,
opting to do something perhaps a little bit different. I'm a little bit concerned now. I mean, that Rax is up. You're going to see musketeers, as you pointed out. That coin is definitely musketeer and Q right now, and that's that barracks is fairly forward. Starting with cavalry is obviously really nice. You can do some raiding with them, kill some villagers, and often but British players often play defensive, and that's what they do. They're quite good at that. They like to build lots of manors and get the citadels. So I think normally cavalry could be really good here. That's a really I think Mitoe definitely decided a good decision, but it could be.
The fortunate thing is he's going to have it spotted with this manor house, right? He's most certainly going to see these muskets immediately the second they come out of the barracks. He's going to know exactly what he's up against.
Yeah, there are 2 villagers there. No, he sees he moves them, but 1/2 health-ish. Can he get a kill? I think they're a little bit too far. Pathing around that house, though. No, that 110...
Oh, don't stop now, Mito.
Oh, dear. So close. Almost that 110 wood treasure. Almost being... anyway, what were you saying?
He's going to have time to adapt, right? I'm not so sure about the stable start. I don't know that I would ever consider stable start like the best option in a Britmere. I mean, just because I don't know. I guess the map is Siberia, so he's trying to play more towards the map. He had intentions of probably doing something fortress based and trying to do something like that. Obviously now with this many units at his door, there's no way he's going to be able to play fortress base.
Yeah, is looking a bit not so good. Those cavalry though.
Oh my god, huge raid. This could be a huge raid.
Starting cavalry.
Nothing else, If nothing else, he's pushing him off the hunt really efficiently. He's going to get 2 vill kills.
That'll still slow stem the flow of units coming out. Losing 2 villagers. You're saying that starting with a stable, you probably wouldn't ever do that. I think, normally you wouldn't in a competitive high-level match. But Mitoe perhaps trying to do something a bit different. We've certainly seen A's do that and has been successful on multiple occasions. And I think here, 2 villager kills is pretty significant. Though, having said that, the pressure in his base... There's lots of units here, and he did actually have to send a 6 musketeer shipment, which he really did not want to do to hold this. Of course, he'd rather be sending villagers and wood to help your economy out.
Yeah, I mean, behind this Ace has still gotten 700 wood, 5 vill, right? So, I mean, that's perfectly fine. But if the husk collapsed back towards the base, honestly, if he would have just chased with his muskets there and collapsed back with the husk, he probably could have killed that whole army. It looks like he's still going to continue the chase now, but have those husks come back and collapse back with the army, he would have easily been able to kill off that small little force of longbows and musk, and I think would have found himself almost immediately in a outright winning position. As it were, now he's still facing quite a bit of pressure in his base, and he hasn't herded super well, so his hunts are fairly exposed.
Those 5 cav, though, doing some work, actually. They've been hanging around by those hunts. They've been coming back to check regularly, see if they can get any settler kills in there, and forcing A's to collect the berries. And if they weren't there, that really wouldn't be too good. The units would stop coming out of that barracks, but fortunately he does have berries there, and they are quite close to his town centre and that tower. Really nice placement. But, some problems in his base right now. That's quite a lot of musketeers.
And he's having a difficult time trying to find somewhere to gather food. Really, these muskets doing a good job of bouncing back and forth and just kind of keeping him pinned off food. And I mean, we all know that Brits need food to live, and he's kind of lacking food right now. And I don't know. I think he kind of missed the decisive point to crush the army when he had the chance. And now it may have gotten to a point where it's out of control, and it's going to be really hard for him to get back in control. His villagers are just having to move around so much, and his cab presence is starting to dwindle on the other side of the map, which is going to mean, that at some point he's going to have to come back and force a fight on these units to try and clear up his hunt, which might be difficult to do.
Yeah, definitely. 2 cav, both of which very low hit points. That definitely that presence there disappearing is not really going to be able to make as much happen up in the north with the raiding. That's true. A's locked down the hunt. There's a ton of dead animals where his musketeers are, and he can't go there. And there's hunt behind his barracks, which I suppose he could go to at the moment, but it's still, when the musketeers come back, your villagers are going to be quite far away. It's not so good. Yeah, but the score still fairly even. Though Aizamk is representing a bit of a villager lead as well as an army lead.
Yeah, which makes me a little nervous. I don't know. That being said, though, look where Ace is gathering food from. I mean, he's got villagers in really awkward spots. Do you reckon there's a chance that he hasn't just scouted this hunt back here? I mean,
yeah, that does seem fairly logical. I mean, why would you be all the way over here? I mean, perhaps those villagers that are on the front near his barracks were originally
brave too.
Wow. Okay, clawing his way back. That's what he needs to do if he wants to. Get back in this. Obviously, these musketeers aren't going to be very useful back in his home base because really, you're not going to be able to repel this. The blue's got significantly more units, so you want to keep them back, keep them out of the fight until you've massed up enough to do it. Wow, loads of villagers going down there too. Aizamk definitely getting some nice kills. But yeah, as I said, Mitoe sending these cavalry forward. Sorry, his musketeers forward. Though they are taking damage from that town centre, it's not too good to try and make use of them by killing villagers when they're perhaps not going to be as useful in his base. But yeah, there's a fight down here.
There's a lot. There's craziness going on in this map. I don't know. Mitoe is slowly just falling behind the villagers, and he's running his villagers around so much. His villagers are running all over the place, and they really aren't. They aren't really doing that much. They aren't actually gathering that many resources.
No.
I'd be really interested to see the total number of resources gathered. At this point, we have that technology.
I'll get on that. I'll work out how to do it. One moment. Statistics.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. I remember I asked.
I've got it here. All resources gathered. All right, are you ready?
Let me put in a prediction for how far behind Mitoe is right now. I'm gonna say he's down 1,200 resources.
Well, it's harder to say because it's all split up into different resources. So it's about
do some math.
7,000 food for Aizamk, 2,500 wood, 1,600 gold. All right, 6,000 food for Mitoe, so he's 1,000 food down, 1,750 wood, so he is 750 wood down, and he is actually 300 gold up. So
all right, so he's down 1,500 resources, which is about what I said. What did I say? 1,500.
I can't remember what you said, actually. But
I think I said 1,500.
Yeah, so he is down now. He has managed to even up his military presence. I mean, actually, right now, he does have a slight lead in terms of military. Only a very slightly, 3 extra units or something.
He's down 17 bills, though.
Which is absolutely huge.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any map to work with, either. I mean, the only way you could come back from that kind of a threat is if you had, 5 Huss threatening to raid something like this. But, I mean, we can both see, or all 3 of us, I guess, can see, there are no Huss on the map for Teal. There's no cav presence, and essentially Blue's able to gather wherever he so pleases. And although there is now a slight military advantage for Mitoe, I don't think he's ever going to be able to leverage that into the mobility and just the sheer advantage he needs to be able to actually do something about this score deficit.
No, he doesn't have enough time, really. I mean, he's got a tiny lead. What can he really... In fact, he doesn't have a lead anymore. I mean, Aizamk's economy is so much bigger than his that he can indeed pump units out of a similar size to what he already has in not very long at all. So... Yeah, I think, Mitoe realizes this coming in now to push. He knows he's economically behind. He knows he has to make something happen. He's probably not convinced that he'll be able to do anything at all. But the units are coming forward. He's going to try and make that push, do some damage, I guess, with the units where he can. A nice raid
there. Steve has spotted a raid. That's going to be... that's going to just... I mean, it just puts him even further behind, right? I mean, he's already, 13 bills.
I can't watch. Yeah, not so good.
I'm surprised A's just didn't keep his infantry back in his own base to defend against this little counter timing push. Just because I feel like the second that army dies, he just wins the game, and he has to know that. He's killed so many villagers this game, yet he's I don't know. He's going back to continue. Maybe he just wants to see a crazy game. Maybe he just just wants to see the world burn.
That's what Aizamk does, right?
Yeah. These villagers, though, there's nowhere for them to go, and I think we're going to see resign time here pretty quick because I'm pretty sure those have been spotted, and I'm pretty sure that
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No.
Yeah, 1.5.
I think no matter what Aizamk, like you were saying, maybe he should repel the. There's definitely a lot of Mitoe's units in his base right now, and they're causing him, a lot of havoc. If he kills that, he's essentially won, as you say. But really, Aizamk could do anything. I don't think it matters what he does, providing he doesn't accidentally
delete
resign.
his army.
Yeah,
or delete his army.
I did that once. It was.
Did you see the tournament game between H2O and Greeny 12 the one time where H2O actually deleted all of his CDB in a tournament game?
What, on purpose? Surely no.
No, on accident. So you know how there's the when you delete a unit, it brings up the window that says, "Are you sure you want to delete this?" And you can press enter, and it automatically says yes.
You misclick enter when you're typing.
No. So, okay, and then you also know it's commonplace that when you have sheep, instead of making your villagers melee the sheep to kill them, you delete the sheep so that you don't have to actually, kill the sheep, waste villager seconds. It's just the most efficient way.
It is.
And so he had double-clicked his sheep to kill all of his sheep, deleted, and then pressed enter really twice, except instead of double-clicking on a sheep, he had double-clicked on a villager, pressed delete, and enter twice. And all of his villagers got killed. Tournament game.
Yeah, obviously you don't want to, when it comes to eating cows, you don't want to let the villagers kill them when you can delete them yourself. Have you ever deleted a cow, but you've misclicked on something that's actually important and not a cow? And yeah, I think that's what H2O must have done. But
I've never done.
That does indeed, ladies and gentlemen, conclude game number 1. A fairly convincing win for Aizamk in this British Mirror. We will be getting into the next game.